Hello, everybody. Welcome once again. This is Changing Your Mentality. Today, we are talking about the ego, the intuition, and trauma. A lot of this new age spirituality teacher is going to always tell you about the ego death. The reason why they talk about the ego death is because they think the ego is actually separated from you. But ego is not separated from you. The ego is inbuilt with you. Your ego is not an external factor that you need to kill or to sever the tie from. No. The ego is part of you. So there is nothing like the ego that. Most of the things we actually chant that it's ego is actually trauma in disguise. Trauma can wear a mask and you will think it's the ego and blame the ego. It's not ego, it is the trauma. Trauma is an external factor that was accumulated via several experiences over time. If you go through an experience that you don't process immediately, it's going to come back to you as trauma. Most of the things that happen to a lot of people during their early childhood days has actually come back to them as trauma because they were so young to process it. And there are things that we go through as adults, we don't process. They will come back as trauma. And when they are with us, we think it is ego doing it. It's not ego, it is actually the trauma. You see, your trauma is a protector to an extent. There are a lot of things that you're going to see similarities between the trauma and the ego. That is why if you don't pay keen and close attention, you won't be able to distinguish between the both of them. Sometimes your trauma is actually going to protect you. Sometimes your ego will protect you. You see, the ego will want you to actually stand tall. For you to embody yourself and like, my yeah is yes and my hey is amen. The ego does that a lot. The ego does not want you to learn another thing. Okay, I learned that a boy is a boy. Ego will tell you, yes, a boy is a boy. Don't tell me that a boy can also be a sheep. Don't tell me that a boy can also be a dog. Do you understand? I'm just giving you an example. That is what the ego wants to do. The ego kind of like wants to close door over a certain kind of knowledge. It doesn't want to leave the door open. The ego just, I learned this, no, I must hold on to this. Yeah, purple is purple, green is green. No, I want it, that's it. That is the ego. And the reason why we see the ego as the villain is because the ego is the one driving. But once you get to see the ego for what it is, you're going to know that the ego is not a bad guy. It's just because the ego has been in charge of me. I have not been in charge of me. The ego has been in charge of me. That is why I think the ego is a bad guy. Say, for instance, you are determined to sit in the house and maybe go on a water fast. And somebody comes to you, maybe somebody you respect, and you don't really want to say, you've never said no to the person, you get. And that time, the ego will just come out to say, we are sitting down at home today and we are not going out, even for this person. When you hear them say selfish, this person is selfish. It's just because my ego does not want to do a certain thing. That's the next thing someone is going to say is I'm selfish. But trauma, on the other hand, because of the kind of trauma that you're now a people pleaser, if somebody tells you that let's go out, and that day you want to stay at home for a water fast, you're going to go out with the person because you're traumatized and you don't want that person to leave you. Do you get me? You don't want that person to, I'm not going to talk to her again, but you want to cling to that person because of trauma. I want to please this person, so I'm going to displease myself. That is trauma. But ego is going to tell you to sit back. Do you understand me? So that is how you can actually see, okay, you can see the both of them. Do you get? So you need to know, okay, is it trauma? Is it ego? And if you know of a certainty that something happened and I have unhealed trauma inside of me, you should know when to shout ego. You should know when to actually use the word ego. You did something. Before you just use that word ego, check with yourself. Are you sure I am fully healed of this thing? Are you sure this is not trauma and I'm actually thinking it's ego? When we keep shouting ego, 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 we'll just keep suppressing trauma, trauma, trauma. And the trauma will just be growing, growing, growing. Why do you think people go through ego death like 10 times in a year? It will just take them to go on one healing journey, and that then ego death would just cease to exist. It will stop naturally. I have cough, but I'm taking instead of me to take drugs for the cough, I'm now taking drugs for headache. Will the cough go? No, the cough will not go. I will still be coughing. I'm treating headache. That is what a lot of us are doing. Killing the ego, whereas it is trauma. That is what a lot of us are doing. Do you understand me? The ego deals with the future. Most of the times we chant manifestation. Most of the time we say, see the future, go into the future, look at yourself in the future. That is embedded, that is rooted on ego. Trauma deals with the past. Oh, I wish I could change this. Oh, I wish I could undo this. Oh, I wish I could just go back in time 5 years, I'll do this. Oh, I wish. That is trauma. Intuition, I am right where I need to be. Thank you, universe. Thank you, divine self. I know this moment is going to birth the next moment. This is where I'm meant to be. What I'm meant to do in this moment, I am going to do it because I'm certain this moment is going to give birth to the next. That is intuition. Intuition is not loud. Intuition is peaceful. If you go for an interview and before you get there, you were told that you should, when you get there, you should make sure you tell them that it is, that you're going to take $1,000 at the end of the month to get. Now, when you get there, your ego will be like, are you sure you're worth it? Most often, the ego doesn't believe in itself. Like, the ego doesn't think you can do it. Do you understand me? The ego will say, are you sure? Are you sure you can do it? Are you sure you're not just going to go and disgrace yourself? The ego will want you second guessing yourself. The intuition will tell you that go for the interview. Yeah, tell them 1,000. The ego will tell you, yeah, you can go for the interview. Tell them 500. And trauma will tell you stay at home. What if somebody sees you and tell you that you have a big nose, you have a big eyes? What if someone see you and tell you that you look funny? That's trauma. Did you see the three of them? Intuition says go, say 1,000. Ego says go, say 500. Trauma says stays back. You stay back. Somebody's going to insult you. You're going to see somebody you don't like. Stay back. You can see the three of them. Do you get? Most often, that's imposter syndrome thing where you try to see yourself as a fraud, where you see yourself like you're not worthy, where you see yourself like you don't think you're capable of all that thing. It's most often is actually the ego. Most often is the ego where you're just taxing with yourself. Should I put it out there? Should I not put it out there? No. Yeah, the ego wants perfection. The ego wants perfection. Intuition does not care about perfection. I made a video, but I don't think I look good. I don't have the equipment. I'm not glowing. I don't think I'm cute. That is ego. But intuition, put it out there. It's the message, not the aesthetics. So put it out there. Do you understand? Trauma, don't even talk. Don't tell you not to talk. Don't talk. Don't say anything. Just hide. That is trauma. Ego wants to see the goal. I want to see the end goal before I take a step. I'm not moving an inch until I see the end. I want to see the end. Yeah, just tell me this is the goal. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, this is the goal. Yeah, I'm going. Intuition doesn't want to see the goal. Intuition, it's not going to see the clear path. But intuition is going to take a step. I'm going to take a step because I know it's going to be one foot in front of the other. So I'm going to take a step. Trauma is going to tell me to go back home. Trauma doesn't even want to see the goal. Trauma doesn't even want to see if there is a road or there's no road. Just go back home. Just go and hide under the bed. That is trauma. Sometimes that trauma is going to protect you from something. Sometimes the ego is also going to protect you from something. Sometimes, do you understand? Sometimes the both of them can be protected sometimes. So that is the ego, the trauma, and intuition. Now this is one beautiful example I love. We all have a phone. Anybody listening to me right now has a phone or a computer. And we have apps. Every phone came with an inbuilt app. And then we install our own. The app you want, you install it. But every phone has an inbuilt app. The inbuilt apps in our phone is ego. The inbuilt app in our phone is ego. You cannot uninstall an app that is inbuilt into the phone. You can only put it into a deep sleep. You cannot uninstall it. True or false? Thank you. So you thinking you can kill the ego, it's a lie. You can only uninstall it. Sorry, you can only put it to a deep sleep. Trauma, on the other hand, was brought in from outside. I installed Instagram. I installed X. I installed Facebook. I installed banking apps. So all those things you installed into your phones, those are trauma that you installed into your phone. Do you get me? Those are trauma that you installed into the phone. Now, what are you going to do when you no longer need those apps you installed into your phone? You're going to do what? You're going to uninstall it. That is you going on the healing journey. That is you going what? On the healing journey. Now, you're thinking that you can kill the ego, whereas you can only put the ego into a deep sleep. That is why you keep doing it over and over and over again. All you needed to do was just to uninstall Instagram. Do you get me? And put Gmail into a deep sleep, whereas you've been fighting to uninstall Gmail. Leaving Instagram where it is because you did not know that Instagram was actually the issue. Intuition, on the other hand, is the operating system. We cannot see the operating system, but we know that the operating system is what makes the phone function. And we're always really excited whenever we get an update, a notification update that we need to update our phone. We know that once we update the phone, that it's going to function better. Now, that is the intuition. Whenever you update your intuition, you function better. It is when you update your intuition that you get to know which is which. And your intuition is going to tell you that we need to uninstall trauma and put ego into a deep sleep. Because ego has been driving all this while. Instagram has been disturbing us. Trauma has been disturbing us all this while. They're not making us to function well. So we need to put this in a deep sleep and uninstall this. Ego is not a bad guy. The only thing that we overdressed ego. See ego as the bad cop and intuition as the good cop. Trauma has no business in our life because it was an external program. It is not inbuilt. So we just need to what? Uninstall trauma. We tell trauma, thank you very much for doing all the work you did in our life. We no longer need you, so bye. And then we click on the uninstall button. And trauma and ego, thank you very much for functioning all this while. Because while you function, yes, you actually helped me, but you caused a lot of chaos. Thank you very much. I never knew myself, but now I know myself. So I want you to sleep. I'm going to drive now. And then you put the ego into a deep sleep. Now you can go for year 1 to year 5 without you needing the ego. And year 6, you suddenly need the ego and you wake the ego. Let the ego do its work and you put the ego into a deep sleep. Why? Because now you're in charge. Before you were not in charge. Before you open your mouth, before you want to think, the ego is going to speak. You hear people say, did you think before you actually open your mouth? That is the ego driving them. Then when you get back home, you're going to be filled with regret. Oh, why did I do this? Why did I say that? Because the ego has gone to chill. Why watch you sing from the book of Lamentation? The ego is chilling. The ego will be like, I don't know when you're going to get to realize that you overdressed me and I'm overworking. I get notification that some apps are running in the background and I need to put them into a deep sleep. That is what the ego is doing. The ego is running in the background and you need to put the ego in a deep sleep. You are not killing the ego. The ego is sleeping because the ego is part of you. The ego is part of you. The reason why you've gone through 24, 30, 100 ego deaths, it is because the ego just wants you to put him in a deep state of sleep. And when I'm sleeping, you're fine. You overdressed me all these years. I did something good and I also did something bad as well. Do you understand? So that's just that. No killing of the ego, just putting the ego in a deep sleep, uninstalling the trauma, and allowing the operating system to run, which is the intuition. The intuition is quiet. The intuition is peaceful. The intuition loves to live in the moment. The intuition is comfortable with the now. The intuition doesn't want to know it all. The intuition knows that one foot is going to lead to the next. Do you understand? That is the intuition. The intuition doesn't want perfection. The intuition doesn't want you to be overdressed. However it is, the intuition is actually comfortable. Do you understand me? So right now, you know there's trauma running. Go on your healing journey and uninstall trauma. Ego is in charge. Put ego in a deep sleep and update your intuition. Let the intuition function better. Every update makes the operating system to function better. So keep updating yourself. Keep updating yourself. Stop running on the old program. Keep updating yourself. Because as you update, other apps too, they're going to update and you're going to function better. All right? Until next podcast, I am you, you're me. I love you. Bye for now.